So my school's falling apart and it's only been a week. So I'm gonna be honest, school has been going on for a month, but I haven't had time to talk about it. But today is that day, alright? So it's the first day of school and everyone is questioning their life choices, thinking of 1,000 reasons why they should go back home. And then we all take a look at our brand new schedule. And we all notice a major difference from the old one. Lunch is pushed back an hour and now there's class after lunch. Now, this wouldn't be like that big of a problem if not for the fact that everyone must attend prayer right after lunch and about 40 minutes after class. In my religion, which you'd probably be able to guess, we pray 5 times a day. And I'm fine with that because it keeps us disciplined and stuff. There's the morning prayer, the noon prayer, the sort of afternoon prayer, the evening prayer, and the night prayer. And usually it's only compulsory for us to pray in a big group at the praying area for morning and evening prayer. But now they've added the noon and afternoon prayer into the mix and the name of systemizing our lives and making everything simpler. And honestly, I think the schedule change itself was worse than the prayer enforcement. Here's the thing: 3:15 to 4:15 every day, we have a session called afternoon prep, which is basically, in other words, free time. Nobody's really monitoring us, and many of us just skip and take naps in our dorms. But now that lunch and afternoon prep are separated by one whole hour of class, I literally can't nap for 2 hours straight anymore, and the new rules enforcing congregated prayers just add insult to injury. And these aren't the only new rule changes, because back then, during sports hour, which is from 5 to 6:30, we could wear any reasonable sport attire containing the school logo, but now you need to wear a specific shirt for each day of the week. And with us students having our shirts getting lost, robbed, ripped, and you name it, left and right, it's really becoming an issue keeping up with this rule. Plus, the school literally increased the price of said shirts. And when paired with the hike in school fees, I think their goal couldn't be any more off. And so people retaliated, but no one really had a voice against the man until the second week of school, when the principal had the bold idea of hosting a Q&A session where students could ask any kind of question they liked in front of the whole great hall during assembly, and boy was it intense. At first, we were all just way too shy to speak up, but as some courageous people slowly stepped up to question these new changes, the entire school couldn't help but cheer as questions began flowing in. And the principal was visibly distressed and literally had to end the assembly early, probably because he didn't really have any good answers. Just for example, one of us asked to revert the change regarding sports attire, where we would be able to wear any sports shirt with the school logo. But here's what the principal said.
Well, if we just let anybody wear their cool and epic branded shirts, that would create a toxic environment where students compete in equipment rather than self improvement.
What? The guy literally mentioned sports shirts with the school logo in his question, and that fact kinda just got ignored. But honestly, it's not really 100% the principal's fault. In fact, I don't really think it's his fault at all. The thing is, he's a different race and a different religion entirely from all of us in our school because we live in a multiracial country. So he doesn't really have a say in enforcing prayers and amending the schedule due to it. And it's mostly the higher ups and the board of governors controlling the system, and he's just a good old punching bag for the students to blame when anything doesn't go our way. But anyways, after that assembly, we were all expecting good news as we kind of just cornered the higher ups into reverting these changes. But the prefects and all were just like, please don't bring these matters up. It's highly disrespectful. Like, what? The students' fees are the only thing keeping this school on its 2 feet, and it's not like we're not asking for much either. But oh well, what could we do about it? Failure to comply in these new rules results in punishment, so we had to follow the new systematic schedule until that very Thursday, where we got another assembly in the Great Hall where we were allowed to use the mics to speak up, and so we did. We readdressed all those aforementioned issues, and it really seemed like they were gonna make amends. But our expectations definitely far exceeded what happened because we got the same lame replies. But however, a miracle occurred that night. As all of my dorm mates and I were just laying in bed, I checked my messages on WhatsApp one last time when suddenly A file was uploaded to the batch group named New Timetable. As we all opened it, the new schedule finally got reverted. Lunch was now pushed to the last period of the day, and we finally didn't have class after lunch. And fast forward to now, although the schedule kinda did get fixed, the sport attire and the congregated prayer enforcement still stick around, and honestly, I'm kind of sick and tired of it. So I basically begun to ignore the sports attire enforcement, but I guess I can't escape the congregated prayer thing because there's always people checking the dorms and stuff. And I've said congregated so many times, it's kind of making me sick because usually call it something else. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, how does this castle look? I know it sucks, but I hope y'all like it. That's all from me. See you next time.